In Start Me Up today, the startup therapist is here with tips on how to name your business. Good to have you here, Jeff. What's the first tip?
The number one is when you name a company, think about it like you're naming a baby. It needs to be a timeless name that you're not going to want to change later. But on the other hand, if you're not happy with how your name is working today, don't be afraid to change it. Rename your company now. It only gets harder later.
Should you include other people in your decision-making process?
There's nothing wrong with soliciting opinions from others once you get down to a short list, but do not name your company by committee. That's the worst thing you can possibly do, especially getting your board of directors and your investors and everyone has their opinions. You'll wind up with a name that's so generic that it doesn't appeal to customers.
Is it better to use an existing word or make one up?
Right, so a lot of people pick a name that they kind of make up, like Acura. The problem with that is you then have to invest and wait a long time for that name to actually mean something to people. It's a word they've never heard before. Much easier is using an existing word or phrase, something that already has some positive emotions attached to it that get the brain working. It's much easier than a made-up name.
Most business people want to make sure there's a domain name available. How critical is that?
And a lot of money, right? Some people spend tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The reality is, first of all, you're not going to find a URL that's available in a .com that matches your company's name. Every word and conceivable combination has been purchased. But it's not as important as it used to be because of Google and search engines. As long as people are looking for your company's name, they will find you. You're doing SEM and SEO to optimize your ability to be found on search engines.
And your final tip today?
So more often than not, your company's name is going to be spoken, hopefully from one customer to another. It's far more often than when it's written. So you have to make sure your name is easy to say or enunciate. Say your name over and over, and if you find yourself tripping over letters, tripping over syllables, or if it's not easy to spell. So when people go to Google, you don't want them saying, well, how do you spell that? Is it a 2 or T-O, T-O-O? It has to be unmistakable.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.